Well, we're on a pretty big parcel down here in Tennessee. I think 500 acres, about 50-50 fields and woods. You know, where do you start? Really what we're doing is talking about how to build a hunt, because it all boils down to the hunt. The hunt is what matters the most. It wouldn't matter if this is a 40-acre parcel or a 4,000-acre parcel. Your habitat is only as good as your hunting plan. TJ.
How we doing?
Good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Appreciate you coming out here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's what we do.
I love it.
You got a beautiful place here.
No, thank you. This is it's an oasis for sure. So I'm from Iowa. I grew up outside the city, but not on land. But I've always loved land. I have some land in Iowa.
Oh, nice.
We let veterans come out and hunt it.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I work with. It's called Warrior Rising from Iowa City. I've worked with them since I was in college. So
that's really cool.
We let them go out and kind of hunt it and be able to, kind of get away for a little bit.
I can't wait to get out on the property, but I want to make sure, because when we get out on the land, there's some things that I want to see,
right,
but they have to align with your goals. So really, just kind of lay it on me. What are you hoping to accomplish when we get out there today?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be our home when I'm done playing, and this is a place that, I want to be able to bring, my kids out back, or, a couple hundred yards away, and be able to go hunting. And, we want to be respectful of the land, and we want to do the things and make memories throughout their lives, my kids' lives, and something that we want to be able to do after I'm done playing football. So
I'm excited because it's something you can do and install and have a great hunt this fall. So next step is you and I need to get out on the Polaris and take a little spin.
Well, let's go hit the trails. Let's do it.
Let's go. Sounds great. Yeah, I love this right here. So, you have the road right there.
Right.
And we talk about you want to build that depth of cover. So you have food here and you have enough area behind it to hold. You have so much room here.
Yeah.
That turns into birds, butterflies, bees, flowers, great wildlife area. Mm-hmm. Get up here on this grassy knoll, and then it opens up into a giant food plot.
Yeah.
And just using the lay of the land.
Wrapping it around.
Yeah, so imagine a big food plot here, and then you come up right here and you use the back side of the blind to get into.
Yeah.
You walk up to it and sneak in and out. You could have 20 deer out here and you never spook them.
So this would be the big food plot, where then the other one was the snack, and then you go
just
to
pass through.
Right, and then you go to the dinner spot.
But another thing too is this corner back here.
Yeah.
What a great area to convert this to cover. And so kind of getting back to what we talked about, putting screening, switchgrass, native grasses all the way around this outside, where those deer feel more comfortable on the back side of it. But it's almost like protecting on what's on the inside too. So if you get neighboring hunting pressure, you have that grass strip, they're not really spooking deer, they're out here.
Yeah.
Because they can't see them, the deer can't see them.
Gotcha.
So offering that screening layer, whether that was 50 feet wide, maybe 100 feet wide all the way around, just because of the space. Then you come into here, and let's just say off the top of my head, let's just say this is 20 acres, this field. Well, then I'd want to take about half of it and convert it into some type of cover. Switchgrass is a great form of cover, or native grasses. Down here you don't get the big snows, so the grasses stay up all winter long. So it provides cover. Deer can get, they won't necessarily bed in it, but they'll bed right along the edge of it. So they'll use it depending if it's cold, they can get all the way around it.
Yeah.
They can't see past it. So then I'm looking at 1 to 2 acre pockets of that cover interspersed throughout this field.
Okay, yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see the vision a little bit. It's awesome.
Cool. Well, let's let's keep going. I get
Cool.
excited. I mean, it's just,
No, I'm
you could do
excited.
it.
I'm
You could
already
do it.
getting-
You can install it pretty
Yeah, I'm
easy
already
and-
getting the fever for it.
Water holes are what I feel the #1 spot you can kill a big buck if appropriate for your land. People often say the #1 water hole question we get is, I have a creek on my property, I have a pond on my property, I have a swamp on my property, should I add a water hole? The answer is yes, yes, most of the time, yes.
Yeah, how about this?
It's beautiful.
It is. Some big old trees. These are some old trees around here.
The reason I wanted to stop here is, like, you have this field that extends out here, but right on the other side of that is a big woods.
Yeah.
One way I can see this being improved is, I think this sets up beautifully for movement, how it relates to big food sources. But this timber you have on your property, like
Yeah.
last winter, it was open,
Right.
really open.
Yeah.
And when you said when the leaves are down off the trees, I'm sure there's areas you can see through here hundreds of yards, depending on where you're at.
For sure.
To me, it'd be appropriate to come in here and have a forester look at some of the timber in here, where they're not doing a full clear cut and just getting rid of everything. But I think it'd be appropriate to have a hardwood select cut where they're taking a certain percentage of older trees to open up the canopy and get some growth down here on the forest floor that gives you more browse, gives you more escape cover for wildlife,
Okay.
more daylight value to deer. They actually have browse in here.
Right.
If you happen to not take the timber, this will still be a great spot.
Yeah.
But it'll be an exceptional spot if it was right next to where you took out timber.
Right.
And it's not that logging isn't important,
Right.
but it's one of those next steps towards filling in your property and maximizing every acre that's in that interior core area of your property.
Yeah.
And it's appropriate to do so for wildlife and whitetails.
I like it. What's going on?
How's it going?
Come on in.
Okay.
You look good. Yeah.
Clean up a little. So first off, I want to point out, like, this area right here. So this is really important. This is kind of like that area where we talked about, like, you want to hold deer. But when you get into this area right here, that's the efficiency of your land. And what I mean by that is you're trying to keep deer in there and never spook them out of that area. But that's that core area that includes your food. It's behind your stand location. So when you come into these areas, you're trying not to blow your scent into that entire area. You're always trying to walk and access and blow your scent back outside of that.
Okay. Yeah.
You have a ton of potential here. And, you know, really we've talked a lot about habitat, but it does boil down to the hunting plan.
Yeah.
And that starts with food, access, making sure that you develop those core areas. And so, like, even on Habitat IQ here, you can see all these dark green areas. That's where you'd expect to hold mature bucks. These orange areas, that's does fawns. Yellow is younger bucks, middle age. And then these green areas, which there's a lot of people, like, you develop a land, it's hard to get that green on there. So you want to have a lot of diversity in there so they feel comfortable. And those are large areas. So here it might be 100 feet of switchgrass all the way around the outside. And it still gives you 14 acres in the middle to play with, or whatever that remainder is. And so once you have that, then I really like pollinator that's mostly broadleaf. So all those, they bloom at different times throughout the year, great for birds, butterflies, bees, but without the cover, it's not worth much. And that's where you want more solid pollinator out in these,
In those other spots.
yeah, those red areas. When you think of, like, a high quality habitat, when you're looking at that habitat from the air, there should be all different kinds of shapes and colors. And that tells you there's diversity there. When you have that uneven canopy, that speaks to diversity, and you're gonna hold more wildlife in that area.
Yeah.
It's an upland mix, basically. So that's what you're trying to create for ultimate deer holding.
Okay.
And wildlife too.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Now the water holes, you just look at spatially, where does it make sense to have water right here from the house area. Pretty easy for you to branch over in the woods and hunt a water hole there.
Yeah.
You might have a buck that goes in, hits that water hole, doesn't even go out in the food plot, goes back into your cover, never walks out in the food, but that water hole is 70, 80 yards off of that food source, and he feels comfortable hitting that at 11 o'clock in the morning and not necessarily going out into that food.
Gotcha.
So here you want deer to relate to that big food source, that little hunting plot where we talked about in that oak and putting that stand up by that red cedar, and then a water hole off to the side. So it's just directing traffic. And your food plots, like little smaller ones, that's where I plant in clover or perennial blend.
Okay.
And so you want volume in there, but their goal is to get out to these larger food plots. That's where you want a lot of diversity, because each one of those is going to be very attractive for a 4 to 6 week window during the season.
Yeah.
It might pick back up again at the end, but you don't want any holes in nutrition and attraction. But those are the priorities. I encourage you to get those done, and what's really cool is you can get those done this year.
Perfect.
And I think that's a wrap.
I appreciate it.
Well, I saw a pool table upstairs.
Yeah.
I like playing pool, and I think you have some little bit of football stuff up there.
So I got a few. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Good game. That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.